Hi everybody, welcome back to another Napa STEM Academy art lesson. Today we're going to be creating a Mother's Day canvas painting and learning about some great habits that you can put into practice every day. Before we begin, let's learn some vocabulary and strengthen our brains to become better artists. The word practice means an activity that is the usual way of doing something, a rule or a habit. For example, many musicians put in hours of practice in order to get better at what they love. Abstract is a type of art that does not attempt to look like what we see in reality, but instead uses shapes, colors, and forms to create the artistic effect. Pablo Picasso and Jackson Pollock are perfect examples of people who specialize in abstract art. Resist is an art technique that uses layers to create negative spaces. In this art piece, we will use tape to create these negative spaces. Self-expression is the expression of one's feelings, thoughts, or ideas, especially attributed to writing, art, music, or dance. Self-expression is so important because it helps you identify with yourself and see how you would like to fit into the world. Organizational skills are your abilities to stay focused on different tasks. When you use your time and energy in a smart way, you can finish your tasks in the best way possible. What is the artistic context to what we are doing today? Tape-resistant art and abstract art are being combined to create our Mother's Day painting. Tape-resistant art is when we use tape to create the design we want left behind once we have finished painting and removed the tape. Abstract art is a form of art that allows you to use your imagination and create a piece of artwork that looks however you want it to look. By doing this, it is a form of self-expression. Let's learn a little bit of history about abstract art. One of the most famous abstract artists of the 20th century was an American named Jackson Pollock. His form of painting was called drip painting, where he dripped or poured the paint onto the canvas rather than carefully applying it with a brush. One of his most famous paintings, titled Blue Poles, was purchased by the National Gallery of Australia for $1.3 million. With all this in mind, let's practice some self-expression for Mother's Day. The materials you'll need for this project are one canvas, though a cardboard or cardstock piece can work as well, painter's tape or washi tape, 2 to 5 colors of acrylic paints, paintbrush, paper towel, jar of water, and newspaper or something to put underneath your painting. Before we jump into things, let's get organized. Being organized is a great practice when it comes to working on projects. In the workspace in front of you, lay some newspaper or plastic sheeting to protect your work surface. Put your canvas in front of you, and next to it will be your paintbrushes, a jar of water, the roll of painter's tape, and some paper towels. You will also need to squeeze a small amount of your favorite color paints onto a paper plate. Now, you are organized and ready to paint. Step 1. Using your painter's tape, cut lengths of tape and create the word Mom. You can also create a different name if you prefer for your painting. It's up to you. Step 2. Press the edges of the tape design down securely so as to prevent the paint from getting underneath the tape. Step 3. Using your paintbrush, dip into the first color you want to use and paint any type of design or shape onto your canvas. You can make a stripe design, various shapes, or even polka dots. Whatever you can imagine is perfect. Step 4. When changing colors, wash and dry your brush completely first. Then you can choose another color to continue painting. Step 5. Once you are finished covering your entire canvas with a beautifully abstract creation, let it dry before peeling off the tape. Watery paints especially will take longer to dry and will run and bleed if you peel too early. Step 6. Carefully peel off the tape for the big reveal. Remember, the tape will have some paint on it, so be careful not to get paint all over the place. Now you've got your wonderful masterpiece. For a special challenge, create a painting for another special woman in your life. Maybe your grandma, an aunt, an older sister. The possibilities are endless. What is the name you call your grandma? Is it Lola or Nana or Mimi? We all have different names we use. Maybe you could make one for her for Mother's Day as well. She would love it. If you'd like to do a painting just for fun, try doing tape-resist art using geometric shapes. Apply straight lines of tape in several different directions on your canvas, and then paint different colors inside the different shapes. You will be amazed at the many different ways you can paint using ideas around tape resist art and abstract art. The most important part, of course, is to make sure you are having fun. Let's combine our left and right brains together to analyze how abstract art surrounds us in the real world. Where else do we see abstract art in our daily lives? Have you ever seen an abstract sculpture at a museum? Do you have any abstract art hanging on your walls at home? This weekend, look for abstract items in your home, in books, on TV, etc. Start a list and see how many you can count. If you have a kinder through second grader, consider helping them with putting the tape down for the letters or simply cutting the tape for them as their helper. This is also a good time to help them learn to be organized with their projects, picking colors in advance and cleaning as they go. If you have a 3rd through 5th grader, consider trying some splat paint for an extra texture and creativity. Let them come up with their own ideas about how to apply the paint to the canvas. We hope you enjoyed today's activity, and more importantly, we hope you take the time to thank that special woman that you may have in your life that has helped you grow and become the person you are today. We'll see you next week for another art video.